Hi, it's the Christmas season, the time of joy, of gifts, of laughter, of terrible Christmas movies. But YouTube's copyright system kind of blows, so I'm gonna lay off of that for now. But then what do? I thought about, celebrating the Christmas season and the announcement of the new Mega Man game by taking a look at this weird, Japanese Mega Man OVA Christmas special. But except it's not a Christmas special because it's just an OVA that takes place during Christmas at the very end. I thought about making fun of some video game ads for the holiday season, targeted for the holiday season. But they were all kind of boring except for this one GameStop ad with the father and son with 3 arms. That was weird. So I'm all out of ideas. So wanna know what I do when that happens? I wanna ask my friends what to do. Like a friend do? I'm gonna ask them what they want me to cover this Christmas. Wait. What do you do when writing to Santa? Well, you write to Santa. But what is that called? What are you writing to Santa? A ransom letter. That's right, a wish list! You write to Santa asking him for what you want for Christmas. Sometimes you write to him asking for a jet ski or an intergalactic spaceship, and you just end up with Rudolph socks. So I decided to text my friends and ask them to name a game. Any game. I gave them no prior context or anything at all. I just told them to name a game. This seemed to confuse my friend Mad T in particular when he said Smash Ultimate. And not only have I already covered Smash Ultimate at the beginning of the year in my biggest video ever, but there's no other game I've covered more on this channel. So I asked him to send over a different game. And he said Metroid Prime. And then he asked me, why? And then I didn't answer. But now, it's time to play Metroid Prime. Except I can't. I fully tried to, but due to technical difficulties, I can't play Metroid Prime. But I can play the 2023 Metroid Prime Remastered. I mean, what can I say that hasn't already been said about Metroid Prime? It's a fucking masterpiece. And of course, I'm playing the remaster that came out not too long ago, and god damn, this remaster looks good. But I think this remaster being really damn good kind of helps show how well Metroid Prime has held up. The fact that it's this good all these years later, even with the re-release that doesn't necessarily change things up too awfully much, speaks volumes. It feels a little redundant to explain what Metroid Prime is and why it's so good. I mean, everyone knows it's a 3D transition game for the Metroid series that takes the formula of the 2D games and not only makes it into a 3D game, but a first-person shooter and does it really well. We all know it's a Metroidvania, the genre that this series helped create. I mean, it's literally in the name. Everyone knows that the atmosphere in this game is amazing, how seeing the environments actually tells more of a story than any of the cutscenes do, not to mention how good the cutscenes are as well. Everybody knows that Metroid staples like the Morph Ball or the Charge Shot translate seamlessly into a first-person game. Everyone knows how cool Samus is, even as a silent protagonist. Everyone knows the staying power of this game, not only creating a trilogy, which is now a quadrilogy, but a whole sub-series within the Metroid franchise. Everybody knows all this stuff, so why should I even bother talking about it? Oh, well, I guess I did just that! Look, Metroid Prime is a goddamn masterpiece. It's almost too good for a video like this, so I'm gonna move on. We got my friend Josh. When I asked him to name literally any game, he said Balatro. Just what I need. You all know I love roguelikes, I love card games, and I absolutely know very much how to play poker. And Balatro, as you know, is a poker roguelike. Look, all jokes aside, Balatro is very popular. Plus it was made by just one guy, so I think that's very commendable. But it is a bunch of things that aren't for me rolled up into one. That I am a man of my word. Alright, so I got a tutorial by this jester named Jimbo, which I didn't show because of technical difficulties, but the fact of the matter is, look, it's Jimbo. How can you not like Jimbo? So Jimbo has taught me how to play the game, and now I am ready to play Balatro.
So I guess that didn't quite go according to plan.
You know what they say, the house always wins.
Do they say that? I mean, I don't play poker, so do they?
Alright, we'll try again. I think where I went wrong was by not discarding any cards. So for every card I play, I'm going to discard one.
Yeah, isn't that how you play poker?
So we're going to play the 9 of spades. Now I'm going to discard the 6 of clubs. I'll play the 9 of hearts, and then play the 7 of hearts.
Yeah, that's the spirit!
We're going to play the 5 of hearts.
And then die.
If I had hands, I would cover my eyes.
Man, fuck you, Jimbo.
Alright, we are locking in this time. Immediately, we're starting off with the king of spades. And I'm going to discard it. We're going to play the 9 of clubs, kill the 2 of diamonds, play the 5 of hearts, play the 9 of hearts.
Wait, I think I'm cooking. I said I think. I was never really sure. Well, thanks for the suggestion, Josh, but we're gonna move on to something that I think I know a bit more about how to play. So I need to look no further than what Zach suggested. You know, Zachary Attackery. Zachary Attacks. He's gonna love that. The game he suggested was League of fucking Legends. Didn't just say League of Legends, League of fucking Legends. Fine.
Come out and die.
Nah, it's okay. I think I'm good, actually.
Set sail.
Oh, that's me. I'm playing as this pirate chick.
Attack the training minions by right-clicking on them once.
Hello? Oh, now it works.
So as you can tell, this is the tutorial, and I'm clicking to kill enemies. Cool. I mean, it's just a tutorial, but I don't see myself playing this game. Like, I just don't like this control scheme. More power to you if you play League. It's addicting for a lot of people, so much so that when people stop playing it, they talk about like they're a recovering alcoholic. But this is just not a game for me. Y'all really want me to play games outside my comfort zone this Christmas, don't you? Oh shit! I died!
Well, I think that's enough League of Legends for me. Yep, League fans, I think we can all agree that I definitely played enough League. Definitely went beyond just the tutorial. Now we got Ansam, and when I asked him to name a game, he said Mario Party DS. Now, contrary to what you may believe, I actually have friends. The problem is, though, that I can't have them in this video because then they're gonna know what I'm doing. Plus, Jake is on vacation, and Alan has a business meeting. So I can't play Mario Party DS with friends. So I'm just gonna have to play the mini games by myself.
So right away, it asks me for my name. Well, that's very simple. What better name for a game like Mario Party DS than Pork Belly? Alright, let's go to minigame mode.
Oh, fuck!
Okay, we'll do story mode. So as the story goes, the cast of characters from the Mario franchise are chillin' in one starry night. Yup, I did just make a Van Gogh reference while talking about Mario Party DS. A bunch of crystals flying around and Mario is telling everyone. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are there too, but then they're not there. And then Bowser kidnaps everyone!
Oh no!
And now, I have to play a game of Mario Party?
Nah, it's fine, that all checks out.
So we start at Wiggler's garden. Is it just me or is he showing some competing emotions? Like, happy Wiggler? Sad Wiggler? Alright, let's see what I roll.
I already don't like this game.
The rest of it is fine, I guess. It is another Mario Party, and I am sort of just playing a round of that. Kinda what I didn't want to do, if I'm gonna be honest. The whole reason I wanted to do the mini games. But no, I'm here, playing Mario Party DS, all by myself. The mini games are pretty cool though. We got Peekaboo and Penny Pinchers before I put the game down because I was bored. I didn't play much.
Look, I'm not saying Mario Party DS is bad, not by any means, but it needs to be played with friends. Plus, there's a lot of nostalgia surrounding this game. I know a lot of people who grew up with it and they love it because they have nostalgia for it. That's great. I'm not one of them. But that brings us to Ryan John. When I asked him, name a game, any game, he said Lego Batman and clarified the original. So let's do it.
Oh shit. Lego fucking Batman the video game. Let's go, man. Oh, damn, Batman's whole rogues gallery is running wild through Gotham. Oh, shit, man, I gotta stop them. Alright, so first up, Clayface. As in, I don't actually fight Clayface. But in all seriousness, though, how can you not love this game? It's got the charm of the Lego games. It's your typical Batman adventure, but with bricks. It's got the Lego humor, with the characters not really talking during the cutscenes. And then the gameplay.
Hear me out.
It's nothing too crazy. It's what you'd expect from a Lego game, and its combat is basically a 3D beat 'em up, except here, there's an infinite number of enemies that pop up and they don't go away. It also does the thing where you build certain things to help you progress through a level, swap characters, or possibly play two-player, but like I said, my friends can't know what I'm doing here this Christmas, so I don't have friends to play with. But I will say, you play one Lego game, you kinda play them all. I think what really differentiates them from one another is the IP. If you're a big fan of Batman, then yeah, this shit is right up your alley. But some people will tell you the best Lego game is Lego Marvel, Lego Star Wars, or whatever, because they're more of a fan of all those things. I am a fan of a lot of the IPs that got adapted into Lego, so I guess I am more open to like many Lego games, but to each their own.
The crazy thing is, though, I don't even think this Lego Batman game is the best Lego Batman game. It's the second one. As in, the second game is the best game.
Despite all that, though, and that I don't really have much to say, Lego Batman is still a really solid game. You can absolutely see the Lego formula works really well here, and even though later entries would expand to not just Batman, but just all of DC, Batman is actually expansive enough to where they don't quite need to expand further. I'm still happy they did, though, but the first Lego Batman still holds up. Alright, I gotta fight Clayface.
Yeah! Well, that was fun. Now let's keep going. I asked my friend Kermit Kong to name a game, and he said The Simpsons Road Rage. What are we waiting for?
Dad.
Quit playing those stupid video games, boy.
Did he just step on the TV?
We're live in front of City Hall as joyless plutocrat Montgomery Burns is about to unveil his new line of nuclear-powered buses.
Behold the Burns Atomic Megabus. Faster, cheaper, and completely safe.
Please kill me.
Shit. That got dark.
That poor man. I hope someone does kill him.
Alright, let's just end his fucking suffering, alright? Look, it's as simple as this. Betty bump, now he's shot, he's dead.
This prompts Lisa to mention that the radioactive buses are a threat to the public health. So Homer makes a car and writes Homer for hire on it.
What do you think?
Just get to the game already.
Couldn't have said that better myself.
So I can play as all these Simpsons characters, except I can't. I need to unlock all of them except for Homer, Bart, Marge, Lisa, and Grandpa.
Wait a minute. Bart and Lisa are children, but they can drive cars?
I'm Bart Simpson. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I get it. Bart can't drive a car, but he uses a plane instead.
Lisa, on the other hand, drives a wired car? We'll keep this simple. I'll play as Bart as he's driving a plane around Springfield. We'll select Evergreen Terrace and wait for the game to load. And wait for the game to load. And wait for the game to load!
Yeah, isn't it weird how long it takes Simpsons Road Rage to load? I mean, I timed it. It takes 42 seconds. People say they miss loading screens. You guys are funny.
I'll be watching you.
That's a child. I don't know if I would have said that if I were you.
So how this game works is I drive around Springfield. Specifically, the location I selected was Evergreen Terrace, but it's fucking Springfield. Don't come at me. And my objective, I have to pick up many residents of Springfield, many of which being characters we know from The Simpsons, and bring them to a destination, as I get paid while doing so within a certain time limit. This game is actually a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is funny to drive around as Bart Simpson, picking up other Simpsons characters while just wreaking havoc all over.
Oh, blame-o.
Plus, it's got The Simpsons charm. Although, this concept, it's extremely familiar.
Say it with me now. Somebody order a crazy taxi?
It's the elephant in the room when it comes to The Simpsons Road Rage. This is the exact same concept as Crazy Taxi. So much so that Sega noticed and even sued over it. They didn't exactly sue over the concept of the game, but more so the patented on-screen directional indicator. While Crazy Taxi used an arrow to direct the player to drive their passenger to their destination, Simpsons Road Rage used a yellow hand to direct the player to drive their passenger to their destination. You probably want to call Sega petty for this, although this game really is just Crazy Taxi with a Simpsons skin, but I've seen and even played games like Golden Axe Warrior, which actually this doesn't look like anything at all. Completely original. Sega, you're not hypocritical at all.
At the same time, it was patent infringement, which is pretty complicated. That's a whole fucking bullshit thing. But, as for the game?
I mean, like I said, it's really solid. I don't have much to say, but a lot of people don't like this game. They just think it's like licensed shovelware crap that's a ripoff of Crazy Taxi. And it is a ripoff of Crazy Taxi, but I don't think it's a bad one. But now to move on,
we got Greg the Video Game Nut. The game he gave me is Snake, Rattle, and Roll. 10 points for Greg for suggesting something completely random, because what the fuck?
Oh, this is from Rare. Like Banjo, Conquer, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Everwild Rare. Alright, is it still too soon for that last one? Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
Which means I'm playing a game owned by Microsoft. Make a new Snake, Rattle, and Roll, cowards!
So this is Snake, Rattle, and Roll. It's a 3D game, but for the NES, which was before they were able to establish 3D graphics in games, so it's just sort of like this weird 3D game in 2D. So I'm a snake. A snake. Fucking kill me, that was stupid. And I'm going around this area and trying to beat up these things all around me.
Gun to my head, that's the best I can do.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I really have no idea what I'm doing. Either I swallow up something and spit it out in 2 pieces, or I punch something with my tongue and it explodes. But I don't know what any of this does or what I'm supposed to be doing here. The game just didn't tell me anything, so I'll just...
Wait, what? Oh, okay, everything's good. I can hang up the phone, and yeah, I called 911, but it's okay, it's okay.
Guys, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm slithering around as a snake. I guess you can say I'm snake rattling and rolling. Okay, alright guys, it's not that funny. Okay, it's all good. Cool it, it's not that funny. Okay. Stop! By the way, I keep running out of time, getting a game over, coming back, and running out of time again. Why is it like this? Why do you hate me, Rare?
Sorry, Greg, but I'm gonna need to move on to what Slash said, as when I asked him, he said Pink Panther's Pinkadelic Pursuit for the PS1. Of course! Did you know I was doing this? Did you know that when I asked you to name a game, any game, it was gonna be for something like this? Did you know that? Did you know that? You know, I glossed over this, but, why is this the thing?
Pink Panther is one of those cartoon mascots that I feel like most people know, but nobody talks about. Like, I feel like everyone's at least heard of Pink Panther, but when's the last time we've gotten any Pink Panther media? Wait, they're making a new Pink Panther movie? Directed by Jeff Fowler, the Sonic movie director, and starring Eddie Murphy?
I refuse to believe this movie is something that will actually exist. Alright, I'm supposed to be playing the game.
Also, I just want to say, you get a bunch of company logos at the beginning, and one of them is named Wanna Do.
More like I wanna do literally anything else.
Alright, let's go!
Oh, so it's this kind of game?
Welcome. This house is yours now.
I know this is like very trivial, but like you couldn't like shrink the text a little bit so you can fit the words welcome, this house is yours now in one line. You had to like split that up.
Now onto the first level. Or at least I would be onto the first level if the game didn't keep stopping me every 5 seconds to tell me some dumb shit. Okay, now let's play.
Oh my god, what is it?
You are in the hold of the Luxitania. Oh, okay, thanks, man. Thanks for telling me I'm now in the level that I selected myself. So when I'm not getting interrupted, Pink Panther's Pinkadelic Pursuit is a platformer. Yup, I guess that makes sense. But right now, I'm on a cruise ship, and I actually don't think I know what I'm doing. I'm just on a cruise ship. Maybe I shouldn't have ignored the guy, Detective Pink Panther. Who? So far, I'm just beating up sailors. Sailors that are sorta just minding their own business. They aren't really doing anything that bad. But here comes Pink Panther to ruin everyone's nice cruise vacation. Bomb? You want bomb? I don't have bomb. I didn't know bomb in this game. Then there's this bullshit with these bananas. I picked them up, and I'd assume you drop them with all this other food. Okay, here we are. Alright, maybe it's a weapon? Oh. Yeah, I don't know what this does. I'm just gonna abandon the bananas and just keep going. Huh. Press triangle.
Oh, so this is a stealth game. Move over, Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, Hitman, Dishonored, Assassin's Creed. More like Ass Creed, am I right? We got the new pinnacle of the genre.
But it turns out, I'm actually supposed to use the bananas to bribe this gorilla who is blocking the path for me.
Oh, it all makes sense now. Pink Panther's Pinkadelic Pursuit isn't just a stealth game, it's a Metroidvania. Fuck Castlevania. Metroid who? Hollow Knight what?
Oh, so this is where the bombs are. So what I'm supposed to do is steal this chicken or turkey or whatever. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I steal it from this guy, so let's go.
No!
I got an idea. I'm gonna blow him up.
Man, you suck. This game sucks.
Alright, you've left me with no other choice. You wanna chase me? Fine.
Ha! They'll never find me. They'll never notice the random life preserver that looks oddly like the Pink Panther that they were just chasing around. They'll never take me alive!
Eventually, I'm gonna have to run again.
Alright, I think that's enough Pink Panther's Pinkadelic Pursuit for one video. We're going to move on to Ward's suggestion with a little palate cleanser. If you don't know Ward that much, he's probably best known for shouting out Sabrina Carpenter. He's going to love that. He said Pokemon Red and Blue. Ward, buddy, that's 2 games. I told you, so just name a game. You named me 2.
How do I do this? I can't just play 2 games from him, but only 1 from everyone else. That's not fair to everyone else. He said 2 games. Pokemon Red and Blue. That's 2 games. Whatever will I do about this?
Oh wait, I'll just play Pokemon Red. Problem solved. Cinema. Admittedly, I think. I don't know. I never got into Pokemon. This could be interesting.
Hello there. Welcome to the
What? Welcome to the what?
world of Pokemon.
Oh, right. Duh. But I didn't read it right. It's actually welcome to the world of Pokemon!
My name is Oak. People call me the Pokemon Prof.
Why do people call you Prof? What does that even mean?
So you know the drill. Prof Oak is giving a rundown of what the world of Pokemon is like. But I also have to name myself. Gives me options between Red, Ash, Jack, and new name. Wow, I get to give myself a name, which is preferable because my name's not Red, Ash, or Jack. Well, I thought of the perfect name for my character, Stubbo.
Alright, time to go on this grand adventure with Stubbo!
This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby.
Rival since we were babies? What were we doing when we were babies and being rivals? Were we fighting over who shoves the last crayon up our noses? Were we fighting over who shits their diaper first? Were we fighting over who gets the last spoonful of Gerber baby food? What were we fighting over?
I also get to name my rival, and I think it goes without saying, but I'll just name him Dumbass. That's right, I remember now. His name is Dumbass.
Alright, time to go on this grand adventure with Stubbo!
So as you know, the game starts with Stubbo in his room. He's got a Super Nintendo in his room, and he goes outside after saying goodbye to his mom, and then interacts with some NPCs. Eventually, I go into this building, where I talk to Dumbass, who tells me Prof isn't around. But it's okay. Once I bugger off, Prof brings me back to that room and has me pick my starter Pokemon. We got Squirtle. After birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell. We got Bulbasaur. A strange seed was planted on its back at birth. And we got Charmander. Obviously prefers hot places.
Yup, and since it's Christmas time, and Christmas time gets really cold, I think we need to heat things up. I'm picking Charmander.
So after picking Charmander, I gave him a nickname, and then Dumbass picked Squirtle, and then I'm on my merry way.
Oh!
So right away, Dumbass wants to use his Squirtle to fight my Charmander. Just do that real quick. Okay! Now, I'm on my merry way. So I will say, I mean, it is a Game Boy game from the year 1998, but it's got charm. The music that plays, it's so peaceful. I just want to keep exploring this region.
Yup, it's one of those games.
I mean, I don't have much to say about this game. It's Pokemon, the OG. It spawned a worldwide phenomenon that became the #1 media franchise in the entire world. It got spun off into an anime that is still kind of going, multiple movies, playing cards, and it just never ends. Say what you want about the newer Pokemon games. I know I will in most scenarios, in that they are lame and uninteresting, but the original, you cannot denounce its significance. Because without this game, you wouldn't have the Pokemon franchise. And without the Pokemon franchise, you wouldn't have Pokemon cards. And without Pokemon cards, you wouldn't have videos showcasing the worst of humanity.
We're gonna move on to what my friend Griffin said, as the random game he named when I asked him was... Real funny, Griffin. I can always count on your sense of humor. Anyways, I'm gonna play one final game from one final friend, and that friend is Ramkit, and that game that he suggested was Hades 2, which I played a couple months ago for Halloween, back when I was in hell. So I told him to send me a different game, and he said Super Mario Galaxy.
I don't think I need to give Super Mario Galaxy an introduction. It's fucking Mario Galaxy. And honestly, I think we end this video the way we began. Similar to Metroid, I don't need to talk about why everyone loves Mario Galaxy. I don't need to talk about how the space setting gives the game a distinct setting unlike anything else in the Mario game. I don't need to mention that it's probably the best use of motion controls on the Wii outside of like Wii Sports. But when porting it to modern hardware like in the 3D All-Stars collection, it still works perfectly with a controller. I don't need to say anything about how great the game looks even for a game from 2007 on a console that wasn't in HD. I'm playing the 3D All-Stars version, so obviously it looks better, but still, I don't need to mention the presentation being out of this fucking world, or the music sounding unbelievable, or the level designs, or the actual deep storytelling in a Mario game, which is a rarity, or the sense of wonder and scale, or just how inspired the game is, or the pacing of the game for the whole thing, or the enemy and boss designs, or the spin mechanic, or the atmosphere, or the fact that this is a rare 3D Mario game that is so good it got a direct sequel because it was just that good.
I don't need to talk about any of that! Oh. I did it again.
It's crazy that this game hits on so many levels. Super Mario Galaxy is truly a work of art. I mean, I love it, but objectively, it's a true masterpiece in game design, presentation, music, you name it. Super Mario Galaxy went on to win many awards, including Best Game at the BAFTA Awards. Trust me, that's pretty big. I don't know if like you really understand how like prestigious the BAFTA Awards is. That's pretty big. And this was also before the Game Awards as we know it. I truly believe Super Mario Galaxy is one of those games that everyone who considers themselves a gamer should play before they die. It's not my favorite Mario game. I don't even know if it's my favorite 3D one, but objectively, this game is truly special.
And that is how it all connects.
You know, I kind of frame this as my friends' wish list, you know? They made a wish list without even realizing it was a wish list of games for me to play. But you know what? It's sort of my Christmas list. You know what they say, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And I got what I got, and okay, I did get upset if you're gonna tell me to play League of Legends and... But I think the bigger picture is, I got to play games. A variety of games. I got to play a few games that aren't my thing, and I was always sort of just dismissive of them. I got to play some truly amazing games, some games that people are nostalgic for, and are still worth going back to, even if they are, like, you know, not perfect, and also whatever the fuck these games were. And that is the value of Christmas. Playing 10 games that differ from one another pretty drastically, and I got all these really cool people and Ward to thank for that.
So yeah, enjoy any games you got on your backlog, any games maybe you get as a gift, any games that someone suggests you should play. Even if it's not your thing, give it a shot. Even if it is League of Legends, you know, just like play the tutorial and definitely play more than that, but like, you know, stop shortly afterwards. But most of all, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.